thanks for joining me today on your yoga mat. And we'll begin this practice standing. And let's just make it nice and gentle. So place your feet hip distance apart or slightly wider. And just a slight bend in the knees, bounce a little bit. And ground your feet down towards the earth. Relax the shoulders. And then when you're ready, let's start to take those deep breaths. Maybe you close your eyes. And just nice and easy, open your eyes. And we'll start to move with the breath. Inhale, float the arms up. And exhale, softly release them down. Awareness more of the breath. And then starting to move with the breath. Beginning the practice this morning with a little bit of Qigong. And just like yoga, you focus on the breath. And then when you're ready, we'll cross right at the wrist, float those arms up, and then gently fold over your legs. Once again, awareness of the breath, and moving with the breath. In Qigong, the awareness is also on the energy, the movement of the energy around you. And sometimes, if you're not quite sure what that is, I like to imagine it's the feeling that you create for yourself. Let's do one last breath. And on the next exhale, release those arms down. And as we inhale, imagine you can gather energy in through the palms of your hands. As you exhale, draw that energy in. When you're ready, place both hands on the lower belly. And then go ahead and close your eyes or create that soft focus with your eyes. Tune in now into the body and into the breath. Noticing how you're feeling. Today's practice, my theme is grounding. One of my favorite quotes. I am grounded. My spirit is deeply grounded to the earth. I am calm, strong, centered, and peaceful. I let go of fear and trust that I am eternally safe. I am worthy of all things beautiful. Open your eyes when you're ready. And let's come back to our mountain pose. Maybe you have blocks at the front of the mat, or maybe you're using a chair this morning. And I'll just demonstrate using the chair. So standing nice and tall at the front of your mat. From here, let's place our fingers right on our shoulders. A nice easy shoulder rolls. You start to tune in to the shoulder girdle, your collarbone, shoulder blades, and that upper arm bone, that humerus in that shoulder socket. Now as you circle the other way, just being really careful if you have shoulder issues. Just notice how this feels. Moving in a way that does not create any pain, any discomfort into your shoulders. And maybe just one more rotation, keeping that breath flowing. And the mind calm. Feels complete, release your arms down. As I inhale, I'll sweep my arms forward and up, spread those fingers. And as I exhale, tuck the thumbs in, curl the wrists under. A little bit of joint-free movements in this practice today. I was going to say this morning, but maybe you're not practicing in the morning. Once again, moving in a way that feels good in the body, in your wrists, in your hands. So the breath is deep and smooth and even. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and interlace the fingers and make an infinity symbol with those wrists. Or if you like, a sideways 8. And you'll probably feel some popping, some cracking. Once again, no discomfort. And then let's circle the other way. Awesome. And then when you're ready, release your arms down. Let's turn the palms up, bend at the elbows. Turn the palms down and release. Continue with our joint-free motion in the upper body. One last time like this. Now from here, let's turn the palms forward and press it down. I don't know if I did that correctly this way. I'm doing the same direction. But you get the idea. We're pronating and supinating. And then just shake that out. Awesome. Adding on now into the shoulders. Sweeping the arms forward and up. And then back and down. If you like, you can slow it down and move with the breath. Inhaling, flexion. Exhaling, extension. And just notice how much motion there is without forcing it. So moving in a way that's safe and comfortable for those shoulders. Awesome. release our arms down. Roll the shoulders open. This is external rotation. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, release the arms down. Inhale. I like to externally rotate, reach up. And exhale. Once again, awareness. How does this feel today? And only reaching the arms up as much as feels good on your shoulders. So maybe one side can move a little bit easier than the other, and it doesn't matter. One last breath here. And still standing at the front of our mat. Now we'll bring our shoulders back and down, root through those feet. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Maybe lift your heart and head up now. Exhale, bend your knees, fold that hip, standing forward fold. Release that upper body over those legs. Inhale, lift your heart up, feel the spine nice and long. And exhale, we fold. Inhale, lower your seat, lift your heart up, tilt the head up, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, release the arms down. Inhale, let's practice that upward salute. Exhale, bend your knees as much or as little as you need to in that standing forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine in that half lift. Maybe feel the belly brace. Exhale, fold. Inhale, float the arms up, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, release the arms down. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the heart. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, back to mountain. This next time, inhale, upward salute. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And we'll stay here, nice long spine. And you can either step back into that tabletop shape or just walk the legs back. And we'll practice that tabletop shape using the chair, your choice. For all of us, our spine is long. We gaze straight down. Inhale, lift that tailbone up. Let that back arch. Heart lifts up. Exhale, draw the belly in and round into the back. Explore as you move here to the flow and rhythm of the breath. The motion through the spine. Just being gentle with the neck. Just let the head follow the natural movement with the breath. You may notice also the movement into your pelvis, that bowl. On that in breath, that anterior tilt. On that out breath, that posterior tilt. I am grounded. So hands and feet are grounded. And hopefully if you're on the mat, that little warm up into the wrists, shoulders, feels good on your body. Next in breath, let's meet right in the center. Slide that right leg back, tuck those right toes under as you shift the weight back. So pressing down through that right foot. See if you can spread those toes. And go ahead and shift your weight forward. press your hands down and forward. Feel that belly draw in and up. As you inhale, lift that leg up. Just hold this for a breath. Notice here, belly is still braced, spine is long. Maybe hips are level. If you need to, shift the weight a little bit to the right. And then we'll inhale, float that leg up. Exhale, draw that knee in towards the nose or chest and round into the back. Inhale, extend, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, lift that leg up. Hold this here. Maybe you reach that left arm forward with the thumb up. For 4, nice deep breath. 3, I am calm, strong, centered, and peaceful. 2, and 1. Release your hand, release the foot down. Now you can bring the feet together, hands out a little wider. Let's press our hips side to side. It's also part of the joint freeing series. So I'm demonstrating the variation using the chair, but you can be on your hands and knees. Let's meet back in the center, and that feels complete. So your wrists may be under the shoulders or slightly in front. Your knees or your feet are right under the hips. Spine is long. Your gaze is straight down. Slide that left leg back. Tuck those toes under. You can try to spread those toes as much as you can. And then press down to that left leg. Shift your weight forward now. Press your hands down and forward. Feel the belly draw in. And then as you inhale, lift that leg up. Notice here, is the belly still braced? Spine long. And maybe shift your weight a little bit to the left so hips are level. Next in breath, float that leg up. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose or towards the chest as you round into the back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to chest or nose, rounding the back. One last breath here. And we'll extend that leg, hold that there. Or reach the right arm forward with the thumb up. I let go of fear and trust that I am eternally safe. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your hand down, release the foot down. And now, go ahead and sit back in your child's pose. Big toes together, knees out wide, hips towards those heels. If you're using the chair, child's pose, we sit in the chair, legs a little wider, and then fold over those legs. Extended child's pose, we reach our arms forward, and just take a breath here, let it go. Then when you're ready, wherever you're on the mat or in the chair, if you want to use a block, you can. In the chair, let's reach our hands over towards the left side. Maybe the right hand goes over the left. Nice deep breath here. As you draw that right hip back into the right, And reaching the arms over to the left. Relax your head between the arms. And after this next breath, walk your hands back to the center and then over to the right. Perhaps left hand over the right. And draw the left hip back into the left. Side stretch here. I am worthy of all things beautiful. And after this next breath, reach your hands forward one last time. As you inhale, allow the belly to press down towards your lap. And exhale, let go. Let go of whatever's holding you back. And then just gently press yourself up. You'll keep your hands outstretched if you're in using the mat, or on the mat I should say. And if you're using the chair, we'll place our hands on the chair and then just gently walk yourself back. So down on the mat, let's ground equally through both hands and feet. Tuck the toes under, lift hips up and back. Downward facing dog. And if you like, go ahead and walk that dog. If you can see your knees, are they tracking forward? As we practice awareness, first of the physical sensations, tuning in maybe to the stretch you feel in the back of the leg. Special attention into that Achilles tendon at the back of the ankle. Not forcing. And maybe deep in that awareness, are you creating that feeling, that energy of calm, peace, strong, and centered? Let's meet right in the middle here. Perhaps you bend your knees a little bit more. Draw the belly and lift the hips up a little higher. Your hands pressing down and forward. Feet pressing down and back. Equally grounded in both hands and feet. And when you're ready, let's look between our hands, wherever you're at. If you can lift your heels, bend your knees a little bit more, gently walk yourself forward. As we inhale, lift your heart up. Maybe your hands come onto the chair, onto the blocks. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lower your seat, lift your heart up. Upward salute. Exhale, this next time, press the hands, the fingers together. And then release the hands down towards heart center and down towards the earth. Awesome. Exploring now a little bit more motion through our feet because our theme is grounding. I have my tennis ball here. And I'll place one foot onto the tennis ball. And you know you can hold on to the chair if you need to. So just nice and easy, let's roll through the whole foot. Then you may start to notice certain part of the foot, a little bit more sensation. And when you're ready, let's start today right around the toes. One thing that's kind of fun with the ball is you can really spread those toes. And maybe in particular, see if you can spread the big toe away from the other toes. And maybe see if you can spread the little toe away from the other toes. So places where we can get bunions is at the base of the big toe, the base of the little toe. And let's roll the foot side to side. And in my yoga training, I've been taught potential reason for bunions is because we lose actually the motion and then the strength. And then that's what causes the toe to come in. And then you form that bunion on the side. Let's roll across the base of the toes here. And then start to make our way side to side all the way down the foot. So I would encourage you to spend a little bit of time rolling out your foot with a tennis ball or massage ball. And let's go ahead when you're ready and we'll try the other side. I like to do this standing because I find I can put a little bit more weight and get a little bit more sensation into the foot this way. But you can certainly do this seated. And when you roll forward and back a few times, noting areas where there's a little bit more sensation. Maybe you place it under the toes, so maybe you try to spread the big toe from the other toes. Maybe try to spread the little toe from the other toes. See how much motion you can get. And then roll across the base of the toes, side to side. Going side to side down the foot. And when you are ready, go ahead and release that. Set that tennis ball aside. Awesome. So still standing nice and tall. Now I have my blanket. And I'm going to do a little bit of a blanket roll. So you can also have a large towel. And we'll start, and this will feel sort of strange, I think. You can have the hand on the chair. You put your toes actually on the blanket, so the toes are spread. And that helps. See how that feels? And so the base of the toes are on the mat, and the toes themselves are on the blanket. And maybe with that little bit of blanket roll, you're able to start to spread the toes out a little bit more. So you'll have either the inner edges or maybe the outer edges of your feet parallel. And then shoulders back and down. Let's gaze straight ahead. As we inhale, spread those toes, lift the heels up. Exhale, lower down. So inhale. So the toes are spread. You're rooted now through the base of your feet. That's where you're. See how that feels. Sometimes when we do balance work, standing on one leg, you may find we scrunch up our toes and we try to ground through the actual toes themselves instead of the base. And so this, with the toes up on the blanket, helps you to start to find that grounding. One last time. Maybe we lift this here. And maybe from here you can release your hands from the chair. Maybe you don't. Or 4. So find a focal point in front of you, something that's not moving. 3. 2, and 1. Awesome job. Go ahead and shake it out and let that go. I'll release the blanket for now. We're going to practice moving, rolling through the foot, and once again you can have your hand on the chair. Let me just turn and face you. We'll start with your right leg forward, and then nice and easy, I'll lift the heel up. And awareness now of if your foot rolls in or rolls out. You'll come up onto the base of the toes and then up onto the tippy toes. So see if you can have equal weight on the big toe side and the little toe side. Rolling through the foot. A really simple movement. In my therapeutic yoga training, this is one of the techniques we use. Just nice easy motion through the foot, the ankle, and aligning it with your knee and your hip. So if you're ever having times where you're having discomfort in any of those joints, doing motions like this helps you find that alignment, lets you move through the body in a way hopefully that feels good. Awesome. See from here if you'd like to roll it up and float that leg up. And I'll place my hand under the thigh, one hand or both hands. Now nice and easy, let's circle into that ankle. Make big circles. And then when you're ready, circle it the other way. Awesome. Release that foot down. Maybe just shake it off a little bit. And then we'll come back to our mountain pose. Bring the other leg, maybe it's your left, forward, and nice and easy, spread those toes, and let's lift the heel up. Equal weight, pinky toe and big toe side of the foot, so you can ultimately come up onto those tippy toes. And see if you like to bring awareness also to that alignment of your ankle, your knee, your hip. I am grounded. My spirit is deeply grounded to the earth. Last time like this. You notice a tendency to roll the foot in, that's pronation, or roll it out, that's supination. And just for fun today, see if you can lift that leg up. Maybe you place one hand, both hands under the leg, keeping the other hand on a chair or on the wall, and then just moving through the ankle, circle into that ankle. Big motion. And when it feels right to you, circle the other way. Popping and cracking are natural. And we stay in that pain-free zone. I am calm, strong, centered, and peaceful. Awesome job. Let's shake it out. And then we'll go ahead and find that blanket roll. Now I'll place my heels onto the blanket. And you can still have that chair in front of you for balance. if your hips are fairly tight, sometimes what happens to you is when we go into a pose like chair pose or fierce pose, you tuck under, and so the lift of the heels may help actually as we shift the pelvis forward so that you don't tuck under quite as much and you're able to maintain that long spine. Now this will certainly challenge the balance a little bit though, or a lot. So just see how this feels. So when you're ready, let's stand nice and tall. So now I'll still have my toes spread, either inner edges of the feet if your toes tend to turn out, or outer edges of the feet parallel. And then ground equally through both heels, both feet. Shoulders back and down, gaze straight ahead. Then when you're ready, let's sit back into chair pose. Maybe we're inhaling here. Exhale, press down to the heels to come up. If you want to add in arms, inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. And exhale. Inhale. I let go of fear and trust that I am eternally safe. Just notice how this feels today. Especially if you have tight hips, does this help? Find a slightly different alignment. Let's hold this here. Make a little adjustment in the shoulders, crossing the hands in, elbows out, and then gently press the hands. Let's reach the hands back behind you. Do you feel the front of the chest, the shoulders open? Then externally rotate and reach the arms up towards the sky. Nice deep breath. I am worthy of all things beautiful. Yes, you are. And when you're ready, release your hands down onto the chair if you're using it, and let's press down through the feet to come up. Awesome. Shake it out. And now release that blanket again. Now, find a block or a book. And we are going to do a little balance work here. And if your feet are longer than mine, you just want to make sure your whole foot can be resting on the block or on the book. So maybe you put two together. And from here, you can hold your hand onto the chair or onto the wall. And let's line everything up, hip, knee, ankle, toes. And when you're ready, notice how this hip is higher. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and let the hip sag out to the side. And then hug that hip in as I press down through the foot on the book or the blocks. So you lower down and then hug it in. Press through those feet, draw that hip in on the leg that's on the block or books. This is called gluteus medius dip, and you may feel that gluteus medius at the top of your seat. Engage here. And then when you're ready, let's press it up, hug it in. Can you? You don't have to though. Float the other leg up. And now we'll externally and internally rotate that thigh. So moving a little bit into those hips. Awesome. extreme rotate that leg if you like. Then you'll press the foot into the ankle. So spread those toes, pressing down onto the block now. Or you can slide it up onto your shin. Or bring it all the way up above the knee onto the thigh. And you can point that knee down. So keep hugging the standing leg hip in. Brace the belly. And maybe you'll start to release one arm up. Maybe the other arm up. Nice deep breath here. I am grounded. When you're ready, release the arms down. And nice and easy. Let's release that foot down and we'll step it off. Shake it out. Here it might feel nice actually. Let's just circle into the pelvis. No one can see you here at home, so move in a way that feels good to you now. Let's try that on the other side. So you can adjust the chair or whatever you need to do. So your other foot, most likely your left foot, will be onto the block. And line everything up, right? Your toes, your ankle, your knees, your hips. Notice how this, you can let for now the hips sag out to the side. And when you're ready, hug it in. As you lift, tilt the other side of the pelvis up to find that alignment in the pelvis. So both hips are level. But the work here is on this gluteus medius. Calm, strong, centered, and peaceful. And this last time, okay, only if you like, hug that hip in and float this leg up. So you can still be holding onto the chair or onto a wall. You externally and internally rotate the thigh. So notice how it's just the thigh bone moving in that hip socket. And let's externally rotate the leg. And three options here. You can let's spread those toes, press it down, slide the foot up onto the shin, or press the foot onto the thigh. Maybe point this knee down, but keep hugging this hip in. Find a focal point, something in front of you that's not moving. And then let go of fear. Maybe you reach one arm up. Maybe you reach both arms up. Trust that you are eternally safe. For 4, 3, 2, release your hand down, and then gently bring that foot down. Then we'll step up, off, maybe place the legs a little wider and do those big circles. Oh, that feels nice. And then circle it the other way. Awesome. So this next part, we'll continue working on grounding. And so you may have the chair next to you, or if you have more difficulty with the balance, you may want to hold on to the wall. So I'm setting this up. So bend your knees to set this up. And you'll have blocks in front of you in a row, and then a blanket. So maybe if you set up a chair, you may want the chair maybe somewhere here, or you may want to hold on to the wall. You ready? Awesome. Let's stand nice and tall. So find your mountain pose. Shoulders back and down. Let's gently nuzzle our chin in for a moment. Inhale here. Exhale, rotate the head to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate the head to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate to the right. I'm just incorporating. Inhale. A little bit more joint free. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Let's nuzzle the chin back. So make a smile at the top of the throat. And then make a smile with the chin. Just releasing into that neck. Alright. And then when you're ready, let's meet right in the center. From here, go ahead and maybe place your hands on your hips. And I'll step my right foot forward. Okay, so find a focal point, something that's not moving. If the whole foot does not touch, just make sure the ball of the foot, the base of the toes are on the block, and you'll root through there and float that knee up. Then you'll step forward. Maybe you roll through that foot or whatever feels best to you. And when the foot feels secure, float the other leg up. Now, you'll lower that foot down. And then float that leg up. And one last place to go, right? Lower that foot down so you know you can hold onto the chair. Hold on. So spread those toes on that blanket. Ooh, I found a particularly wobbly spot. I let go of fear and trust that I am eternally safe. And then go ahead and step off. Awesome. Catch your breath. Standing nice and tall. And now we go backwards. So when you're ready, go ahead. Bring the right foot back. Float the left leg up. So now I bring my toes down, the ball of my foot, my heel, as I float the other leg up. And then the challenge, find that block. Spread those toes. And then press down to that foot. So know you can hold on to the chair or onto the wall. Lift the leg up and maybe see if you can hold this here. And then go ahead and step it off. Alright. Awesome job. So let's come back to mountain pose here. And nice and easy, I'll gaze straight ahead, nuzzle my chin in. Inhale here. Exhale, tilting my head to the right. Inhale here. Exhale, tilt my head to the left. So reconnect with the breath here. And find that calm, that stillness within. As you stand nice and tall in mountain pose. Gently through the neck. That feels really nice. From here, let's place our left hand onto the left shoulder and put all the weight of that left arm into the shoulder as you nuzzle the elbow up. Now nice and easy, lean over. This helps you to relax, release the top of the trapezius muscle as you allow the weight of the arm that's pointed up to release onto the other hand. rest the right elbow, right arm onto the left hand. So I feel the top of that shoulder relax. And then gently nuzzle it up, only as much as feels good to me. And then nice and easy, lean over to the other side. And when you're ready, let's meet right in the center. Release the arms down. Hands come back on your hips. And let's begin. Shift your weight into the right foot. Let's step that left foot onto the book or onto the block. And then maybe float that leg up. Can you do this? Find a focal point in front of you, something that's not moving. And no matter how wobbly it is, can you affirm, I am calm, strong, centered, and peaceful. So with your foot on the blanket, let the toes spread out, really root through the base of the big toe, little toe, inner heel and outer heel. See if you like to hold this just for a few breaths, or I should say maybe a few counts. And then go ahead and step it off. A few breaths, the slow deep breath can be quite long. So let's go ahead and come back to mountain. And when you're ready, shift your weight into the right foot again. And then we'll step first the left foot. So maybe spread those toes, press down to the ball of the foot, and finally into the heel as you float the other leg up. I'm concentrating here, letting go of your fear of falling. So if you need that support of the chair or of the wall, perfect. Use it. So reminding yourself that in yoga, we're always practicing kindness to ourselves. Doesn't mean you can't challenge yourself. So when you're at the back, maybe hug that standing leg hip in, brace the belly, and smile one last time. And then nice and easy, we'll step off. Awesome job. Then bend your knees. How did that go? And then from here, we'll make our way down onto the mat. So if you're using the chair, let me demonstrate here. So I'll bend my knee. Let's stand in first in mountain pose. And we'll inhale. Reach up in that upward salute. Lift your heart up. Exhale, bend your knees. Fold at the hips. Stand forward. Inhale, lift your heart up. Lengthen the spine. And then when you're ready, let's step that right leg back. And if you need support under the right knee, go ahead and lower that right knee down onto a blanket or onto a towel. From here, press down through that front foot and lift your belly off the thigh. And still, if you need to keep your hands on the chair, no, that's perfect. And then when you're ready, maybe you reach the arm up as you inhale. And as you exhale, lean up and over. Releasing through the front of the hip in that back leg. So perhaps you press the knee, the leg down if that feels safe. Draw the belly in and up. And then release the hand down. And let's tuck the toe under. And just practicing here. Press down through that left foot. Bring the right foot to meet the left. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, upward salute. Lift your heart and then your head up. Exhale, release the arms down. Inhaling, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bring that left leg back. So adjust yourself as you need to. Hold the hand onto the chair or press through that right foot and bring your hands onto the hip. So you lift up out of those hips. And as you inhale, reach one arm up. Exhaling up and over to the right. If you like, you can press down through that back leg. Draw the belly in wherever you're at. I am worthy of all things beautiful. And when you're ready, release your hand down. And see, now you're almost all the way down. So you can maybe come to standing on your knees. So we'll have your knees, your feet about hip distance apart. Now go ahead and reach your hand back to those back pockets. Let your shoulders roll forward. And then bring the shoulders up. And roll them open, slide them down, and hug those elbows in. As you inhale, let's lift the heart up. And then tilt yourself back. So brace that belly. I am worthy of all things beautiful. Only if it would feel good to you, you can keep your hands on the back pockets. Maybe you tuck the toes under and reach your hands back towards those heels. Just depends on your skeletability and your flexibility here. Whatever feels good to you here, your choice. Nice deep breath. And when you're ready, let's come all the way on up. And we'll reach our hands down. And push that chair away. And you'll go ahead and sit onto one side, whichever side feels best to you. And we'll make our way all the way down. So I'm seated here. And I'll place my hands under my thighs, draw the belly in, and curl myself all the way down onto the mat. Awesome job. And if you feel the need for a little bit more myofascial